So the Indiana Fever have just hired a brand new coach, a brand new player development coach. They kind of had to. It says here he'll work alongside fellow player development coach Keith Porter. If you guys don't know, Keith Porter is out injured for a while. Like you will not see Keith Porter realistically doing any work with any player this offseason. As far as I'm aware, he snapped his Achilles, and it is not easy to come back from that. Like, that's the type of injury where I'm not joking. It is the worst thing that ever happened to me. It is literally the worst thing that ever happened to me. So, yeah, I do feel like the old Achilles injuries are pretty grim. Are pretty grim, not gonna lie. Like, it is, as someone that snapped my MCL twice, or not snapped my MCL, who has had three grade 2 tears of an MCL, not a full grade 3 tear. I would rather have grade 2 tears in both my MCLs and be confined to a wheelchair than have to deal with an Achilles tear again. But at least they brought in another coach. They have a guy in by the name of Rob Dossier. Rob Dossier, I don't know. But he's in, I guess. And he's going to be, this is who we are trusting to work with Caitlin Clark in the offseason. This is who they are trusting to work with Caitlin Clark. So, obviously, look, the Indiana Fever, we heard from Chris Brickley basically that, teams sometimes don't let their players leave. And everyone's like, oh, Caitlin can leave if she wants to. But it's like, I mean, if the Fever said, we want you to stay here, and she goes and disobeys the Fever, like, I don't think she's going to. I genuinely don't think she's going to. If the Fever don't want her to go somewhere, she's not going to say, fuck you. Like, I probably would rather if she did, to be honest. Like, if the Fever told her, you're now, you're coming off the bench, she probably wouldn't, not that she wouldn't question, she probably wouldn't, go that against it publicly. But this is somebody who, let's see what he has done. Okay, so it looks like he was a graduate assistant at a college. Okay. And he played for a D2 school. Cool. What were his stats? So he, in his senior year, averaged like 2 points a game. His junior year averaged like 3.7 points per game. So he was nice. He was nice. And everyone's being like, oh, he averaged 1 point, whatever, at D2 school. If you guys don't think a player like that is nice, then you never play ball. Or you're way too... There's only two extremes. You're either unbelievably good or you never play ball. If you guys think that a guy who could be in a rotation at D2 school is not good. But it seems like he has been like a G League coach. It says here he was a video coordinator for the Mad Ants. And he was 2 seasons working for the Wizards. So here says here, Indiana Mad Ants assistant coach will be one of the featured speakers in Vegas this summer. Rob specializes in player development, is rising up the NBA ranks very quickly. He's now gone to the Indiana Fever. I don't think that he's I'm not gonna say, like, there's absolutely no way he's underqualified. I don't think there's no way he's underqualified. Let's just take a listen. So he has a private Instagram account. Smart move going private before this. Look, I don't know much about the guy, and I'm not going to claim to know much about the guy. He was a coaching associate for the Wizards G League team. Like, he's my age, so it's not like he's old. He seems to have done a lot and been around the game a lot for a young player. And a lot of people that end up being top coaches are the ones that kind of stay on in places as graduate assistants. They kind of work their way up slowly from the bottom. So I'll be interested to see it. I will be interested. He was assistant coach with the Pacers G League team. He was actually a player development manager for the Wizards, I guess. It seems like, honestly, this is not the position I read on LinkedIn. Yeah, obviously, he's not a doctor. He's not a doctor. I don't mind it, like, especially because the reality is he's probably there short term. He might just be there for a year, and obviously he's been working in the Indiana organization. They wouldn't bring him They wouldn't bring him over. My guess is that they don't know if they want to bring him to the Pacers team. So they're not having him there this season. So they're going to bring him to the Fever for a year. And I would say it's going to go G League, Fever, NBA. And then, like, Keith Porter's still there. So, look, he's doing a good job. Or maybe, look, they want to bring Keith Porter up to the Pacers and keep him down there. I think it's going to be one of those two things. And I'll be interested to see which one it ends up being. But, yeah, I would... I'm not upset by this. I'm really not upset. Like, it's an off season. He could bring big value. He was a power forward. Someone needs to work with guards as well. He's a player development coach. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you can work with... It's not rocket science to work with a guard. Like, I'm sorry. It's not rocket science. Shoot going right. Like, it's not hard to work with a Caitlin. It's not the... Like, we're seeing guards work with bigs all the time. KK getting a jump shot in year 2. I wonder when KK will be back, because she's already basically been cut by Prague. When are they playing? I don't know who they're playing this week. But they're struggling. Like, considering what they were meant to be, they've been really bad. From Tony East, Rob's awesome. Been around the Pacers. Boom. Fever forever. Well-earned role. Good choice. Or, I don't know. Said he has to get hurt to become one of us. Oh, touch wood. Touch wood, no injuries. Touch wood, no injuries. But yeah, it is a really interesting thing to see what's going to happen. For him and for the Fever. And look, worst case scenario, Keith Porter comes back next year healthy, and he's gone. But my guess is that he's here for a year, and then the plan is to send him up to the NBA. I think that that's the plan. And it's one of those things, especially, like, I know a good few guys that have been graduate assistants over in the States, that have been, some of them that have, like, that have gone over to countries in Europe and maybe taken head coach roles too early. But, like, when you're around these guys, you're like, these guys are super smart, maybe not head coaches, and a lot of them end up they're trying to work their way up through NBA teams and through their organizations. And look, if he's already there with that organization, I have to say, you keep him there. I have no problem at all. No problem at all with that. So anyway, yeah, that's the video. See you guys.